afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Sunday afternoon? Hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July, man. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. We had an event yesterday at my house, man, and we had a wonderful time. We had a good time, great food, great friends, great laughter, great memories, great fireworks, man. We had a really good time. So, hope everybody else had a wonderful holiday, man. So, just decided to get on here today because been so busy with it being really, really hot here. Work has been crazy. People have been calling left and right for air conditioning, which that's what they're supposed to do. so so today I'm going to be here. We finally got the engine back for Donatello. So I got the block and everything. It's already set up on the engine stand. So today I'm just going to be um, gapping the rings. I was going to put the crank in the motor today, but decided to go ahead and go with main studs instead of going with the um, main bolts. So, because those bolts are 30 plus years old, and I don't want to put those through no crazy stress, especially me going for this number that I'm going for. So, the thing about it is, I would like to change. Hey, what's up, Craig? I would like to change to a ARP main stud instead of main bolts. So today, like I said, I'm just going to be mainly just gapping the rings on this block, and then I'm going to of course, I'm going to number the rings to what cylinder I gap them to, stuff like that. So I'm gonna roll this block out here real quick, and then I'm going to move the camera for y'all so y'all can see what's going on. So let me get to that real quick, and be back with y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna move this camera over to here real quick. I'm gonna roll this block in here so you guys can watch me work. Move this over here. Okay, uncover this bad boy. All right, so there's a block for old Donatello, all freshened up, ready to go. Um, yeah, so we're just basically going to gap these rings for all 4 holes, and then after we do that, I'll be ordering some ARP main studs for it. And then we'll be able to put the crank in, and I'll be able to install the rods because the rods already have ARP studs. Uncover this piston for y'all real quick. Sorry about the wind noise on the fans, but it's warm up in here. So see there, we already got ARP studs here. Wasn't no sense for me to put the engine together without ARP mains, so that's why we are going to do that. All right. Yeah, we're going to do that so we can make some steam. You know what I mean? Yep. Yes, sir. Do this real quick while I got y'all right here. All right. Grab my box of rings here. My feeler gauges. You know what's getting serious, Craig? Look. Ah, shucks. I even broke out my calculator. Ah, man, had to break out the calculator. Check a few things. So, oh. So, fun fact for everybody that's not familiar with this BG platform that I mess with. See right there where it says Kia? So 2 years, 95 through 97 actually had a BP05 engine in the Kias for a while. And then they changed from the BP05 block to a different block. So yeah, it's a Kia block, but it's the same block as the Escort GT, the Mazda Protege. Mazda Protege years are 90 through 94. Ford Escort GT is going to be 91 through 96. And then, of course, the Kia Sophia was 95 through 97. And then there was a Protege in 1998. I think it was an ES, which was also still on the BG platform, and that was a 98 Mazda Protege ES, and those all had BP engines in them. So it's funny because people are like, "Man, you got a Kia engine." Yeah, but it's just stamped Kia. It's the Mazda block. So a lot of people don't know that, but it's all good. It's all gravy. Trying to get this fan set right, so way it ain't blowing on y'all, and I got it blowing on me like I need it to. I think that'll do it. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay. All right. So got this fresh piston here. And y'all probably thinking, man, look at that little rod. Look at that little baby rod. But this baby rod will hold about 400 to 450 wheel. So, and I'm not looking for a whole lot of power. I'm only looking for maybe like 400 out of this setup. So yeah, I'm not looking to go crazy. So, but I do have a set of Eagle rods, but I don't plan on using them right now for what I'm doing. So I'm not extreme enough for that right now. So I really don't plan on being that extreme. So so that being said, they're just kind of chilling right now. So I don't need them. All right, gotta get my ring gaps here. Got them written down. And always get a little notepad, man. And always when you're messing with an engine of any type, you know what I'm saying, whether it be this here that I'm messing with, you know, always write down your numbers so you don't forget anything. Label your cylinders so you don't get everything mixed up. So when you put the engine together and, you know, it's all out of whack, start smoking on you or knocking and all that because you got your components in the wrong place. So you always want to make sure that you have things written down. I write stuff down all the time. I write stuff down at work. I write stuff down at home if I'm doing stuff at home. So, you know, I always make sure that I got the correct stuff. You know what I'm saying? That way, like I said, you don't go and be like, oh man, you know, what was that again? What number was that? Stuff like that. So you don't run into that problem. So therefore, write it down so you don't forget it. I used to always wonder why, you know, some of the older folks, you know, that I learned from would always have this notepad, you know, and couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And they used to tell me, when you write it down, you can always go back if you don't remember, and it's there. And I'm like, that's true because we all forget things. Nobody has a photographic memory all the time of what's going on or what you're doing. So it's always good to check stuff. And when you check stuff, like what I'm getting ready to do today, I'm getting ready to gap these rings for each cylinder. So whatever set of rings I put, that's the cylinder that they go to. They're married to that cylinder now. So you'll take a piece of tape or something and write cylinder number 1, tape those rings up, and then you go cylinder number 2, tape those rings up, so on and so on. That way that way you know where those rings go, because you don't want to gap rings for cylinder 1 and ended up using them for cylinder 4. Like, that's not going to work. That ain't going to work at all. So that's why I'm very adamant on that, and paying attention to what you're doing, because I've made these mistakes before. That's why I'm telling you guys, and gals, when you do